I'm Yuri. She's the best waifu. I tell you what, that Natsuki's got some pretty sick beats. Let's all agree. I don't know. That was cringy. Let's not do that again. Alright, do I get this? Hello everyone and welcome to something I've been looking forward to. The first ever, not in the world, but just on this channel, Doki Doki Literature Club Plus stream. So before we get started, which characters are you thinking of voicing? I don't know. I'm gonna go Yuri.
I'll go Natsuki.
I guess I will do Sayori as well. You can do...
I get to do Monica.
Monica.
Hell yeah.
I guess I will just stay with the main character. Alright. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. Would you like to review detailed content warnings which contain spoilers, alternative... No? Don't think we need that. Alright.
The footage showing us on stream. Oh, look! It's the...
Playing Doki Doki, blah 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 blah. Yeah.
I see you there.
We agree.
Beanie. Hello there, Beanie. Welcome.
There it is! I hope this song's not copyright.
Da 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 da. If it is, then it probably...
Oh. Alright, let's do some stuff first. Turn that down. Put the text speed up. Guess auto forward time will put say halfway. Alright, let's start a new game. Yes, our dreams have been fulfilled. Alright, enter my name, huh? I shall call me...
Marin. Amogus.
Amogus, good. Nah, fuck it. I'll go with...
What?
Angel could.
I heard you guys talk about this so much, and now I can see you to fulfill your dreams.
So yeah, I'm doing Yuri and Sayori, the main guy.
Hey!
I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to it and any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh idle in the front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me.
I overslept again, but I caught you this time.
Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you.
Yeah, you say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Angel Kid.
You should voice someone good. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think you're a couple or something.
Fine.
Hey, fuck you.
But you did wait for me after all. I guess. Hey, Jim. I guess you don't have any need to be mean every little. Hey, Jimmy.
Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to the school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, Angel Kid, have you decided on a club to join yet?
A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either.
That's not true. You...
I can't get Carl out of my head now.
Jim, you told me you would join a club this year.
Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average life while spending my free time on games and anime.
I was talking about Jimmy's mom, how I wondered that you would learn how to socialize without being for college. Wanna go home, please? Your mom is really important to me, you know, Jim. And I know you're happy now, but I'll die at the thought.
If I can't with Carl anymore.
You die! You die at the thought. And I know you're happy now, but I'll die at
Jimmy Neutron with that, alright.
But I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right?
No.
Don't make me worried about you.
Don't. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though.
Will you at least promise me you'll try a little?
Yeah, I guess I promise you that.
Yay!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Oh, come on, we get to the main good part, it'll be good. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Yes, there is a croissant club.
There's gotta be. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait up for me. It's not. You don't need to wait up for me. It's if it's going to make you late to the club you're in. The bright pinkness on the text kind of targeted.
Yeah, it would be nice if you could change the color. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know.
Know what?
No, that you could come to my club.
Fuck no. And that's at that moment, and you couldn't do. He fucked up.
I ain't coming to a club, what?
Sayori.
I'm going to join the croissant
club. Bitch, I'm trying to join the croissant club. Fuck you.
The club of the gods. You want?
The croissant club is #1, right next to Judy's Anonymous.
Thank you. Welcome to my car.
Right next to Carl Management Club. There is no way I'm going to your club.
Meanie.
Fucking. Excuse me, I'd like to join the croissant club. Alrighty then.
Hurry up.
Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Come on, please.
Why do you care so much? I'm going to Croissant Club.
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
All you had to say was Natsuki.
And Natsuki made some croissants and everything.
She did what? She did what? Don't make any promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a croissant, okay?
Hey, let's go! Time to eat some croissants.
Imagine Carl walking into the class and just screaming and then real quietly saying, I wish to join the croissant club.
I wish to join the croissant. Jim, I'd like to join the croissant club.
And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a croissant.
For a croissant?
I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Here you go, croissants, Neil. What a croissant. Give me my croissant.
Everyone, the new member is here.
I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayuri always says nice things about you.
Seriously, you brought a boy. Way to kill the atmosphere.
Angel-kun, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club.
Oh, let's escape from this situation. You sold your soul for a croissant. That's kind of cool. I'm down for that. This club is full of incredibly cute wheezers.
Yes, cute.
What are you looking at? If you got something to say it.
Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori.
You can just ignore her.
You did
Just ignore her when she gets moody.
Sayori says that quietly in my ear, then turns back towards the other girls.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri.
The best fucking waifu of them all. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with the people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you.
And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right?
That's why. I'm glad to say you again, Angel-kun.
Monica smiles sweetly. Looks like Ted is now in the Jimmy Neutron universe. I imagine Ted smoking a croissant with weed in the karaoke.
Who the fuck's Ted?
I think Ted's like the movie. You know, fucking
freaking sweet.
yeah, like, come on, I do not sound that much like Peter.
That do not sound like Peter Griffin.
We do know each other well. We rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league.
Completely out of my crystal.
So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica.
Come sit down, Angel-kun. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me and Monica.
What if...
I'll get the croissants.
What was it? Monica, that's nice.
Okay, so yeah, you got that.
Well, welcome to the club, Jimmy.
I kind of want to do one for Yuri because it's just a lighter thing on me, so I'll think of Yuri when I have it.
I thought I didn't make this,
I'll get the croissants.
Hey, I'll make them, I'll get them.
Sorry, I got a little too excited.
Fuck.
The same. With when I did my first one, I went for a Palpatine. Yes.
Then, how about I make some tea as well?
Fucking Hank Hill.
I'm gonna try to do a Hank Hill for it. Oh shit, I skipped that. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's enough space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da!
It will.
At the start of the croissants. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray and reveals a dozen white fluffy croissants decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing on the croissant, and little pieces of chocolate are used to make ears.
Bit of butter.
So cute.
The title of the video should be King of the Ted Nugent.
No idea. You're so good at baking, that's okay.
It's gonna be fucked up when
I'm not gonna spoil it, I can't.
Will you now? Just hurry and take one.
Sayuri grabs one first, then Monica. I follow.
it's delicious.
Jeopardo. Sayuri talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around with my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite of this buttery croissant? I finally bite down. The butter is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
What are you thinking, Bill? It's not like
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
made them for you or anything.
Sussy bucker. Sussy bucker. I thought you technically did, Sayuri said it.
Well, maybe. But not for you know, dumber.
Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of propane hope you enjoy a good book?
Propane.
I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know? I believe you. Yeah, we like Naruto.
Yeah?
Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me.
So, what made you consider the literature club?
I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayuri. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayuri seemed really happy here, so...
That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. You got names. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make sure Jimmy doesn't get in.
King of the southern part of Tennessee.
Shut the fuck up! Dre, we're trying to do this, please.
It's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for all the disabled.
Oh no, we're not saying that.
I'm sorry.
Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be on board member or for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year?
Well, you know, Jimmy and Jimmy.
Yeah.
A little Jimmy here.
Fuck that off.
To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Too much trouble. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. Like Jimmy too. Oh, the sentences just ends with an insult to Jimmy. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. Like breaking Jimmy's legs. If it encourages others to get into the literature club, then I'm fulfilling that dream of making a three-pointer.
Man, really is a great leader.
Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it in that way. Not many people are very excited in putting out all effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention. Not literature. Carl said, "Hey, Gil, I
Forgotten South Park.
Nathan.
Nathan all walked in the door. This is our club now.
This is our club now. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and not chilly." But it makes school events like the festival much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone?
Right.
Right! Yeah!
We'll do our best.
You know what?
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal.
Oh no, look who's...
Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of the new members joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Angel-kun, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well,
Propane instruction manuals.
do you like Propane's Anonymous? Considering how...
Head Yahoo. Grow some hair, you fucking egg.
What's the difference between you and an actual egg?
Eggs get laid. That's my favorite.
Considering how little I've read these past 3 years, I don't really have a good way of answering that.
Touch your beard.
Manga?
Manga.
Mangoes? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up.
So you give the best girl, Monica, a nice firm edge.
Oh, we'll try our best. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teeth cut with her fingers. My favorites are usually Propane's Anonymous, that build up deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind a mowed lawn is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can be so not right? Take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of mowed lawns lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to as a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. That's probably because... Alright, I'm sorry it distracts you so much. I'll turn the music off so only you get to hear it. Fucking twink.
Twink.
At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you.
I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. That boy ain't right.
I'm gonna hit horror.
Oh, why's that?
Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over to meet me for a split second.
Never mind.
Oh, that's right. You usually get to write about killer things, don't you, Natsuki? Little puppies.
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind the club last meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud. Give it back.
Fine, fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sayuri sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not here all the time.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Yeah, well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No. No.
Natsuki opens her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. It takes... it takes a fucking... Oh, what's he called?
Get the fuck out of here.
The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Of your propane.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable about some shit.
I guess it's the same for Yuri.
I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We'll all sit in silence for a moment.
Okay. I have an idea. Let's go break Jimmy's legs.
Natsuki and Yuri quizzically at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of your own. The next time we meet, we'll share it with each other. That way, everyone gets to bully Jimmy.
Yeah, let's do it. I need a character arc. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it would help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen our bond of the club. I think why doesn't one the biggest of the group simply eat the other?
I'll answer you that and then we'll continue. When she gets her own fucking ending, carry on.
God damn it! I don't get an ending. What is my perfect ending?
What is my ending?
I don't have a character arc. Is it not right? Angel good?
Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. It's not.
Keep dreaming, man.
Hold on, there's still one problem.
What's that?
Now that just if now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth of what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayuri might have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to join at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
This one would be But
I'm sorry. I thought...
Angel kid.
You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That's it. If writing poems is the price that I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yes, I'm so happy.
It's because of the voices we're making. Sayuri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. But hey, you really did scare me for a moment.
If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been super fast.
Let's make it official. Welcome to the Jimmy Hater Club.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. Now to go. Start our daily routine of beating on Jimmy.
Out of the 4 girls, which do you think are most likely to use mustard gas in what?
Well. It's funny
If you think about it, the way people, mention how mustard gas acts, and it's very horrific. I feel like Yuri's the most one to use it, since she knows how much damage
Yuri, that's the recipe for mustard gas.
That's the recipe for mustard gas.
I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember, tonight's assignment, we meet up at Jimmy's place.
Bring bats and lemon.
Bats and lemon. Don't forget the song. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting, so we can all share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
And you could. I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I know someone else who's mediocre.
Yes.
His YouTube initials are AZ.
His name.
I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey, Electrican, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right, Sayuri and I never walk home together anymore because she always stays after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can turn it up a little.
And the Frank. And the Frank.
I'd like it if you kept your liberal sensibilities out of this fucking chat thing.
Hey, Paul. Your wife goes to hell.
With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica have dedicated their lives to fighting crime and the
With
forces.
their powers combined.
Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club?
With their powers combined, they become Peter Griffin. Yeah, pretty sweet.
Become Peter Griffin.
Pretty sweet. It was an extension of that joke, you stinky boy.
Yeah, okay, liberal. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. I can see him getting closer to the first 3.
Yeah.
Alright.
What am I supposed to have updated books?
I think that was just for the cover, maybe. I don't know. Unless there's like...
You fucking liars!
Maybe it's the gameplay's the same, but the additional stuff they added, all the screenshots they said you can get, they might have those books. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstance. I'll make it that makes sense, most of my circumcision. I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. What are you looking at, Pudding?
What is it?
It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen.
What do we want to do?
Well, I feel like as my first playthrough on my YouTube, I'm going to go with Yuri. Best waifu. So,
What does she like again?
She likes horror, and she's like very, little, like...
Oh, yeah,
so...
Tears.
Well, here's the thing, Sayori, I think the idea was Sayori has to do with, like, depression.
Okay.
Yuri has to do with, like, horror sort of stuff. And, Natsuki's all cutesy. So I'm thinking tears and unstable seem a lot to do with depression, so I'm going to go intellectual first. Horror.
Philosophy.
Massacre. Because I want to try go for really fucky stuff.
Death.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shit.
as long as we get much.
Yeah. Insight maybe? Yep.
Calm.
Yeah,
what's
calm.
yours?
Oh, damn it.
Fun.
Fantasy? No.
Imagination.
Peaceful? No.
Graveyard.
That's gotta work. Yep. Depression, I know is Sayori, so
just
I think that would be Natsuki. So I would say
Vertigo.
maybe. Yep. There you go.
Vertigo.
Games, parfait, jumpy, ambient. I feel like ambient. Yep.
Disoriented.
Yep. Nice.
Contamination.
Maybe. Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
Scars. What?
And she's the suicidal one, isn't she?
Yeah, but Yuri's the cutter. I got achievement.
Slam
Doki
poetry.
Doki poetry slam.
Maybe.
Daydream would definitely be Sayori.
Maybe. Fickle.
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 Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heaven Sent, maybe. Yep. Try misfortune. No, okay.
Beats. No. Hair.
Misery? No.
No, again.
That's not.
What do you know?
Oh my god.
Universe.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah, we go. Okay.
Last one.
Last one. Okay. I really think this won't be poof. No, it's okay.
I think it'll be poof.
We got the most for her.
I'm hoping, yeah, either way. The main goal is to go for the best waifu.
I disagree.
Yeah, but see,
Hi again, Angel Good.
we can come to an understanding that both our waifus are equal. This guy in the chat, it's either his waifu's the best or none of them are.
This guy in the chat, either his penis is big or none of them are.
He's a liberal, remember. What?
I'm the middle.
Malcolm.
Hi again, Angel Good. Glad to see them run away on us. Jimmy Cat.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club.
My wife hacks the game. Your wife
Just
cuts
ignore
it.
him and he'll probably jerk off to something, I don't know. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Angel-kun. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Come on, here's the slack.
It's still
Sarah told me you didn't even want to join club next year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
That's okay. You certainly have a big mouth.
She said it.
Someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room.
Someone has a
Somebody
hormone monster
keeps
little miss big mouth.
I saw that hentai. Don't worry, I also like to vitamin. Yeah.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Hentai literature.
That's what we gotta do, make it so she says hentai and manga.
Yeah.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back in her seat.
You're really good. Angel Kun always gives it his best as long as he's having fun.
That's very common.
He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room.
Oh,
How dependable.
butters.
I don't know how to do about it. Sayori, that's because Yuri is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so?
That's
I can't. You two are really good. Fucking, I went to do something.
you two are really good friends.
You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous.
How come? You and Angel Kun can become good friends too.
Sayori?
Hmm?
As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know?
I just realized.
Wait, Sayori?
Sayori looks like Gura, but with different hair.
The fat one in the middle looks a lot like Dakota Fanning. Me? Not really.
Don't be sure.
It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it seem like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Peggy, what do I do?
I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, and I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Peggy, he said yes. Wait, well, here. Yuri reaches into a bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read it.
Man, this book fucking sucks.
And
It's a full-page manual.
And we could, you know, shine my hooves.
Shine my hooves.
Discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute?
I still can't get over the physics of that clothing. It's elastic.
Well, you think that's something like, whatchamacallit, fucking High School of the Dead, where it looks like their costumes literally made to go around them. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Shut up, Puddin'. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to address the elephant in the room. My waifu hacks the game. Your waifu cuts herself. Well, you're not saying. My waifu doesn't need to fuck around with the game to get what she wants. People automatically go towards Yuri or Natsuki. Your waifu is so desperate and dumb that she has to hack the fucking game to get what she wants. There. Enough said. Let's continue.
Your waifu smells like...
Your waifu doesn't smell like croissants. There, and said.
Yeah.
I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. And everyone settled in. I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression. It's like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Your wife is not even real. Neither is mine. Shut the fuck up
Your
already.
waifu is being voiced by me. That says something.
Oh,
That's right. She's my bitch.
I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. We did it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I wouldn't feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of the book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Oh, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second.
Oh.
But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Yes, that does say something, and it says something. I'd like to see you get the game and do better.
That's something is that I'm a useless piece of shit, and that's why she's been voiced by me. Because she is also a useless piece of shit. Because she still fails in the end.
Half an hour of this video is just arguing with him in the comment section, and I'm gonna love watching this again, just seeing.
Waifu hacks the game, yet she still fails to get the game.
But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her books. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. But your hopes are up, and that's okay.
Fucking hell, man.
Mm-hmm.
My signature may be down, but my hopes
I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. Why am I... I'm reading him. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... Peggy bought it for me.
Pegasus.
I just happened to buy 2 of them.
Pegasus.
I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. Virgin. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? Do you think Yuri DS her hair, or is she a genetic freak?
The fuck did you say?
I think she does DS her hair, yes.
Paul is like diarrhea. He just can't hold it in.
What's it about anyway? Well... Yuri closes the book and scans it, eyes over the back. The book is titled, How to Mow a Lawn. There's an ominous looking eye symbol in the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about me in high school when I first mowed my first lawn. But as soon as I do, the grass grows again. So I have to fill the lawnmower up and mow it again the next day. And then Dale comes over and tells me he needs to spray pesticide. No matter how much he sprays, the lawn just gets destroyed. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Ahaha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Angel-kun? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Bobby picked this out. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective.
The grass.
The grass. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants it to be.
Not just because someone wants to mow the lawn.
But because they have their own goals and their own philosophy, so they believe in it.
So they believe they have to.
And then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made out to be a naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with Dale's services. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
I'm on my own with a pair of scissors.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Oh, cool. Well, that's true, Bobby. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Well, who would win in a fight, my dad or Yuri's dad? Until Yuri's dad canonically is a thing, I can't answer that. I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. Oh, what are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Oh. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I hadn't put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
You're...
You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's nothing I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Well, alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I could feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat discomforting. Read. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? Well, I do?
She's undressing me for us.
I don't really mean
like
to.
it.
Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's right up against Yuri's spinal cord. Until it's right against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
I suppose so.
Hey.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead of using my right hand to hold the book open, I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh my god, you're so fucking cute!
Wait, I thought you were sitting on the left.
I don't know.
What the? Well, she takes her left arm.
She takes her
begins to
arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after I flip it to her side.
This book sure is burning bright.
But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
If the Doki Doki girls played the game free for all, Slayer and have a race win, who do you think would win?
Monica would hack the game because she knows she's going to lose, so she's out. Yuri would go melee, which unfortunately is not a good thing for snipers. Sayori would be a bit too scared.
Sayori would be the one who falls off.
She'd self-suicide and just die. So I think Natsuki, she would be pretty good and she would win.
Yeah, she goes in for the assassinations, breaking the necks.
She'll go for the assassinations, and she's smart enough. She's so small, she just sits behind the cover of a sniper and picks them off.
That's right, I'm going to turn you around.
Are you ready? Yeah? To turn the page.
Are you ready?
Oh, sorry.
For
I
what?
think I got a bit too much. Are you ready to brawl?
You must be silenced.
I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glanced over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Oh, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I think Natsuki would do great until he heard Dad hears the playing his Xbox.
Paul, you beat your wife.
Moving on. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own violation. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her so that she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
I didn't hear any disagreement.
I didn't hear you shut the fuck up and letting us play the fucking game.
It was implied.
The main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into her head or anything. Oh yeah!
Hey!
Fuck, that
Sorry. Hello, welcome to the stream.
Welcome to the video where we try and do silly voices and there's a liberal in the chat.
I kind of want to voice Monica's imitating right now, just a spiteful.
Yeah,
Hello, Paula. I'm your wife. You want to come over here and ask if you want to kiss it?
YouTube went on that.
I met you with some of my French spicy.
I make some pate with my own yeast. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. Oh, I see. How would you feel if I shaved Yuri's hair off and burnt them with a lighter and inhaled the fumes? How would you like it if
like your hair?
How would I like it if I unbeat your wife, you fucking liberal? I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Angel could. That's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. Oh, boy. Oh. But I guess I'm more mean that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, oh fuck.
Okay, everyone. I kind of wanna. Hello, Boris. Okay, everyone. Let us begin the club.
You've already got a loud one for Nazi.
My name is King Julian. I am the leader of the club.
Can we get back to Nathan, please?
Hello, London. We are going to have some fun. I like to hack it.
I like apples and bananas. Can we get back to Nathan as Monica, please? Monica is looking cute and
Well.
moving on.
Is that anal hair? Azaran, you have no legs! I can't see them. You better check.
Azaran Zixtron is like Jimmy on South Park, but instead of no legs, he's got no hair.
Okay, everyone. Ignore the bull fuck in the comments. I think it's about time we kicked Paul out of the stream. We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought.
Is that alright, Paulie?
Keep fucking going, and I'm just gonna stop. Jesus Christ.
Your forehead looks like a pregnant woman's belly. Is that right, Yuri? You kind of look like down. Your sins are maybe down, but your hopes are up. I'm sorry if I haven't been looking forward to this.
It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. I'm glad you didn't finish the rest of that. I would have been a little mad.
I'm sorry, Yuri.
Girl on the right reminds me of when I... We got two of them in the fucking chat.
Later, Yuri.
Fucking goddamn. I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know. That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag.
By the way, did you remember to beat up Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I really... Ignore everything in the comments from now on. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before.
Natsuki probably makes her own jam.
Oh.
So I'll say Natsuki. Curtis, which of the 4 girls is the best? Well, technically 3 because one of them doesn't really matter to the story. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to beat up? To share with.
Just ignore it, let's keep going.
So find, yeah, sure.
I can't wait.
Sayuri and Monica enthusiastically put out their poems. Sayuri's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook.
Oh, yeah.
I can really already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching to the back. Hello, Pollux Link.
Should we rename Monica to Redacted?
We'll just keep
No.
I do the same myself. Redacted.
Okay.
The purple hair with big tits, of course.
I'll accept that. I'll accept that.
My man. Couldn't even see my fucking face. Alright.
Shoot me in the fucking face.
Who should I show my poem to first?
We'll get, yeah.
Look, there's no question. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair.
After this one, we'll get the non-existent one out of the way.
Yeah. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes light. Exceptional. What was that? No. Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Oh. He's going to hate. She took the best piece of ham.
He's going to fuck me.
He took the best piece of ham.
He's going to give me that ball.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Now Azuran has someone to talk to in the comments about who the best waifu is. And then hopefully Azuran can allow me to continue this stream in peace without having to answer R-rated questions.
I'll agree with you, Polix, just not Azuran.
That's okay. We ask everyone to tell us their favorite waifu so everybody knows, and we can maybe get a list up of who's more popular. Anyway, what am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience what kind of grill do you have?
What kind of steak do you have?
Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Alrighty, Link. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Whoa! Well, I know that. I just mean, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kinda learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize is new writers. In new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little based though. Based? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about
She comes
people
up with
like
some
that.
pretty dank names.
She's pretty dank. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, or to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Do we want to do a special narrative voice for the poems?
Maybe, I mean, since I'm voicing an extra character for the main, you should do that.
Oh, fuck.
That's only if you want.
Okay,
Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for him, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
okay. What the fuck? I can't read that shit.
Okay.
That's cursing. What's a fun place?
I don't know.
Palpatine.
The tendrils of my life.
Oh, my. I can't read that. You have to read
Ghost
it.
under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining straight line to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
Oh, sorry that
What's the
my
difference
reading
between a
terms
girl
are
and a fish?
on par with your liberal sensibilities.
Exactly, mate.
What's the difference between a girl and a washing machine? The washing machine doesn't follow me after the way.
Jesus Christ.
You're a funny cunt.
Well, I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
Think that out.
But it took you a long time to read. It did take us a long time. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
It's not just the cursive, it's also the screen brightness.
Your wife? If by your wife's cooking, do you mean your right hand cooking just pasta?
Why would you hate Monica's cooking, you fuck? I thought she was
See,
best girl.
He's a liberal. He cares not for his wife or wifeys. He just wants to beat them. And yet he sits there acting like he treats his waifu with
If
such
she's top
respect.
girl, how come she can't use the fucking stove?
That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was very descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it.
I'm really glad to like
I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Huh? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Angel Cool. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. The whole bad thing is that I need a girlfriend to have a wife. Jesus. Here we go. We're not going to hear the end of it now.
The fucking.
In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. Oh, we break the fourth wall, all right. We break it hard. That's a lot more solid putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
What?
It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. Marry someone before dating, just look at the Indians marrying her. We don't need to get into that. We just want to keep it on the fucking topic going.
We're not pedos.
Not liberals.
Like, moi.
Nah.
Nah.
If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. Oh, yeah, I know. I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Angel.
Carl.
Me too. Alright, who do you think next?
Well, let's get the useless one out of the way.
Alright, let's do it.
Well, on one side, I'm sure the other person has...
Alright, let's go.
Oh, yeah, we already know.
Oh my fucking shot.
Do you want to move to Japan or something? Because if you do, we're not following. Paul is not a very nice man. I don't know why he's here. Hi, Angel Kun. Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Good!
Good! By the way, since you're new and everything, if you have any suggestions for the club, like new ways to beat up Jimmy, or things that Jimmy could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be free to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until we're more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your power with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, Angel Kun. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know?
Yeah, okay, then move. Anyway.
But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past something soon. Like... yeah, that's...
Oh shit, yeah, that's true. I had my hand Monica my poem.
Good job, Norton. Great job, Angel Kun. You did a great job, Carl, isn't it? I was going, ooh. I was going, ooh, I'm blinded by light in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect for you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest.
No, it's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way I can, it always counts when I put in some effort.
That's not fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes that kind of writing, right?
Uh-huh.
Writing that's full of imaginary symbolism. Ah!
He's returned. He didn't miss much, just a lot of liberal talking by the others.
Symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write that effectively. Allowing both people to get something out of it by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances It takes years of practice, which I'm assuming he already has at this point. I never really asked her. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet, but I will be. Don't worry so much about that. Do your own thing. Just keep exploring. And before you go, would you like to see my dick?
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I'd love you to see Mimsy. That's the best way to find out the style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little embarrassed towards their own kind of styles, but I'll help you find what suits you most. So don't force yourself to run any way Mimsy wants you to run. It's not like you have to worry about impressing Jimmy or anything. Anyway, would you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good.
Because I fucking suck. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? Do you watch Naruto? You know?
My god. Just continue reading, don't read it.
You're listen here, Mimsy.
I see. Well, let's read it then.
Hole in the wall. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction, the spackle protrudes, a noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I read. Blind, like a film left out of the sun. But it's too late. My retainers already scorched with permanent copy of meaningless image. It's like just a little hole. It wasn't too bright, it wasn't too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now I wasn't looking in, I was looking out of the Death Star. And he, on the other side, was looking in.
I'm about to unshit your pants.
What did the pussy lips say to the other pussy lips? I mean...
Azrain pisses his pants all the time, he's liberal.
He doesn't... the cat. Neighbor's cat. So, what did you think?
It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It better be freeform. That voice was fucking difficult.
That's what I was going for.
It's what I was fucking doing. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is a lot of poets have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. Then performed out loud, it can be really powerful. You know what I'm saying?
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure how to put it. You see, there's this person named Jimmy that I fucking hate. I guess you can say some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my pounds a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like breaking Jimmy's legs. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, Your brain gets too fixated on specific points. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress.
We are streaming right now. We are not playing Minecraft.
Check your Minecraft on your house.
I swear, if you did what you did last time, I'm quitting the server. Alright, continue. Yeah, that'd be pretty.
That'd be. You know, I stop fucking breaking my voice. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Who the fuck? Oh, I assume Link Master is
Maybe.
Link. Wink, wink. Another way to think about this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you just get a big, dark puddle of pudding. So just move your hand and go with the flow. Rick and Morty, that's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for this.
Alright, next will be another you one.
You're gonna say Ori.
This is a good poem, Angel Ken. Are you sure it's your first time?
Oh my fucking god.
We're just gonna go with just his. That's kind of definite first thing that comes come with. They always get to smell it, but they never gets tasted.
I'm just gonna keep going.
Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course.
Did you
It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's why it's impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, but that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It reminds me of how you were really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing right in front of you in the club room. We get it, but I'm trying to focus on the
You
video.
know what I don't get? Paul's liberal sensibilities.
Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that... Someone doesn't like Sayori, okay.
Okay, hold up.
I'm not really into
I'm not gonna disagree, but I'm not going to agree.
it, but that doesn't mean I'll break any promises.
See, it's like I said before, Angel Ken. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all.
I just realized I was talking that Nathan voice just before. What the fuck is taking over me?
And I'm not gonna make sure you have lots of fun here.
That would be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm going to hold you on to that, Anna.
Yay! And you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that.
Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleeve from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. I want breakfast.
Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No. Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
But at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Sayori's very hungry.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah, especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast.
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Alright, and last but not least.
Here we go.
I have to, is there a way you can do that voice but lower?
I'll try. And you're going, if you're not going to church, if you're not going to church, this club seriously, then you're home.
What? Harsh?
Why don't you expect me to believe that you actually put an effort into this? Do you think amongst the world?
I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about.
Fine. Well, sorry. You better go to work. I'll tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine there. Knowing you probably think it's stupid. Vehicles comply.
I'll end it so.
Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it.
Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What?
Just be
Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing is so sophisticated and stuff. Some people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly.
New film Star Wars, The King of the Ted Neutron.
Okay. I like it when it's easy to read, but I hate too hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you doing great things can be really disheartening. So I guess I'm right about that.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing is simply writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I like to set off for a rhyme, but in the end, then I make it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more well into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, guess not. I decided to... Want to read some hentai? I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take this away from her. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. From now on, I'm gonna call Natsuki midget syndrome. You know what? You do you, my man.
I'm gonna call you stupid guy.
That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up on themselves. This is literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayuri and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
Thank you, cuz.
What's with this one girl?
Did you say something?
No, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
Yes, you can say it's fancier.
Oh, thanks. Yours is hot. Cute.
Hot. Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving their up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Did you mean you had to try so hard to come up with something nice to share? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
Your first little suggestions would around someone that you liked, yeah. Which people did, by the way. Say already liked it. And Angel couldn't did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions about. First of all,
Excuse me? I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my propane style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Angel couldn't liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress a new member. Thank you.
Oh, that's not what I... Oh, yeah, I'll be down with some zombies later, maybe. Depends on how everyone goes.
You sound like you sound like poop.
You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Well, I guess we'll see I'll see how long I stream this for, and we'll see how long after.
Tomorrow, don't you mean today?
But yeah, I guess if we don't tonight, then we'll go tomorrow afternoon. Me and Maddie went to an event for the den today, so that's why we didn't really do this till late. Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Angel could appreciate my advice more than he appreciates yours.
And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Now you're not full of yourself.
No. If I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Is everyone okay?
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Angel couldn't start showing up.
Natsuki!
Rest the service.
That's okay. That's a little hot.
This doesn't involve you.
I don't like fighting guys.
Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Angel-kun. She's just trying to make me look bad.
That's untrue. Say something. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your opponent so convoluted for no reason? The meaning should be jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Let me explain that to her, Angel-kun.
Why? There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning to most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary, limiting yourself it's also a waste.
Link,
You
I'll shoot Monica.
You understand that, right, Angel could?
Well,
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Oh,
help me say all real.
I'm sorry,
You're real.
Maddie. Natsuki and Sayori looking at me, me pointing to Yuri. Sorry, little one. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem.
So you were chosen girl.
KKK, not today. Alright, we had a bit of a fuck around.
Hey, I'm back to food. Sure.
Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different.
You could learn something from that, Paul.
Oh, shots fired.
Didn't mean that, AK. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even be taking my poem seriously.
I understand. Yuri. Oh, you're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed.
If you reach it.
Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. Oh. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
No, you couldn't. That's exactly what I did. It was her. That's okay. I think that's enough. You have said some things you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Yeah.
Natsuki clenches her fist. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped, at this point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her.
Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head.
Sayori, she doesn't need to.
You know what? I'm going to do that. Now it's better deal having a look at your faces right now.
Without warning, Natsuki smashes her.
She smashes the fucking door.
Her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumbles the poem with her hand and throws it in the trash.
Natsuki!
Didn't do that.
I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in the adjacent chairs. Oh, everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that.
My breast is so...
Probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anybody could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Peggy. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of my lawn. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful.
Brains. Brains.
So, what thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person,
I'm gonna
okay?
make some propane.
Yeah. Is Yuri a trans? No, she is not. Maybe Monica.
Hello everyone, I'm transsexual. It's just about time for us to leave. T-Bear. How did you feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was right, well, mostly. But Angel Cut, what about you?
Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone.
Awesome. In that case, let's all beat up Jimmy to the teach him a lesson. Fix his legs and break him again. And maybe you learned something from your friends too. I hear Mimsy was pretty inspired.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Well, that version of her, yeah, Buffsuki, yeah.
The variant.
The variant. But Monica very much has some dude vibes.
Dude.
So your poems turn out even better.
I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination.
Angel King, ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go. Sayuri beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayuri and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayuri, what happened earlier?
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that.
Buffs.
Let's go hit the gym.
I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. No, it's not my horse. Duh. I just wanted your opinion, that's all.
I will beat the shit out of you. I will beat the shit out of my dad.
I can see why they'd make good friends with you.
You know, Angel King, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the gym, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really loves you too.
That's...
Every day is going to be so much fun.
New mode comes out, Buff Datsuki. It's still like Buffsuki, but the dad's even more buff to compensate for the story.
Looks like Sayuri still hasn't caught onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but do I really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayuri. I pat Sayuri on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than her. It'd be easy to use Sayuri as the internal monologue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do this.
Should imagine Buffsuki with Arnold voice.
Philosophy, yep. That's a smart. Again, it's not just horror stuff, the big smart sounding words.
Well, a tone?
Yeah.
Um,
I'm thinking no, not crimson.
Uncanny?
Yep. Frightening.
Vertigo was the one last time.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Extraordinary, I feel like.
That might be another, unrequited?
Oh, yeah. Because unrequited is like not giving up, so.
Ellie's
Where was that?
on the left.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe melancholy? Yep.
Very nice.
Eternia.
Eternia!
Yep.
I feel like Blanket is one of the lighter ones.
Yeah.
So maybe... Fuck.
Let's try. universe. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Okay,
Yes, unrequited love, yes. Again, Sayori is the childhood friend, so of course she would have that unrequited love for the main guy.
fickle. I don't know what that means.
It works. So far we haven't picked, I don't think we've picked any of the others.
We've gotten one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We've got one.
Fantasy, I think.
I feel like that will fall under...
Because I remember
No.
Yuri mentioning she likes like fantasy stuff.
oh, true. Okay.
Oh no, okay, never mind. Entropy, I'm thinking.
Entropy.
Yep, nice.
Okay.
Um,
Ambient.
yes. Intellectual. Uncontrollable, I feel like might be. Yep, there we go.
Very good, very good. Nice, really good. Contamination.
Yep, there we go.
Ooh, determination.
Yeah, one more.
Alright, secretive. Incongruent.
There we go.
Yep.
Yuri all the way.
Alright.
I guess what we'll do is we'll do this day and then we'll stop.
One day. Oh, alright, let's go.
Because I feel like we'll probably get into where it starts getting fucky in the middle of the next one.
Okay, okay.
That and I kind of want to do other stuff.
222,
Yeah.
very nice.
Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me.
Hi, Angel Kun.
Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today.
I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all.
I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway.
Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack?
No thanks.
Doesn't that mean
Eh?
buy you a snack? It doesn't get fussy till after the festival.
Isn't it during the Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't want to lead into the festival just yet. Because I kind of want to push
We've
this
been going
a couple.
for an hour and 47 minutes.
I feel
so
like we could finish this just a bit over 2. And then that'll be a perfect.
2 hour long streams, that's alright for
That's not like you at all.
stream.
I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori?
Why is that all of a sudden?
No reason really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously relieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori.
That's not fair. How did you even know?
It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you wouldn't have brought a snack before coming in the classroom. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry, and so that only leaves one option.
I give up. Don't make me feel guilty.
If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in, her face in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. I was just something in my book.
Rolling the lawn.
Yuri, tell Angel couldn't let me borrow some money.
Don't get me involved like that, Sayori.
Give me money.
Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my books.
I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's fun side to you.
There's no way you could think that.
You're right, though. I did something bad, and now we have to accept the revolution.
Retribution.
Yeah.
Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me.
But you wouldn't have come if I weren't for the cupcakes, so I had to trick Natsuki into making them.
Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Blah.
Yeah. Ow. What was... a cookie.
A cookie? No, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around.
Is this a miracle? It's because it paid my restitution.
Retribution.
Man, what's a fucking
Actually-
vehicle resuscitation?
What's a fucking vehicle resuscitation?
You see this photo, mate?
You seen this photo?
Jerry, but
Holy
she's
mother
sus.
of God.
Jerry, but she's sassy the smash voice.
Actually, that one almost worked.
I was gonna give it to you.
It's gonna be for time.
It's gonna give it to you. And she heard you blab about the cupcakes. It's going to be worse in your action, though.
Where's Donnie going, mate? Boys in blue. Boys in blue.
Natsuki, that's so nice of you.
Natsuki,
I'm so happy.
Sayori hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite.
So good.
Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth.
I bit my tongue.
Part of the plan. You're going through a lot over just one cookie.
Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie.
Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it?
Yes. Bigger than standard choosers.
But yours is chocolate.
Yeah, that's why. Why do you think I get that one?
Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me.
Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki. She wraps her arms around her.
No, geez, lesbian. You really is your
Cookie's still in hand. Cookie's still in hand. Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her.
Oh,
Sayori suddenly leans out and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie.
Did you seriously just do that?
Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well.
Geez, you were such a kid sometimes. Don't mess with the green game. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Yeah.
Natsuki glances around. Monica is in the club room.
Where's Monica? Anywhere?
Good question. Good question. Have any of you heard anything about anything like today? That's it. I'm sorry, Hank Hill, but I'm giving his voice a rest.
Yeah, his voice is so fucking weird.
Yeah, I haven't either.
What?
It's a bit unusual, probably.
I hope she's okay.
Would you like to pick a different voice for that?
Yeah, I'm not sure what voice then.
Gosh, she's okay. She's one of my cookies.
Colossal! No, I don't know what character they.
I don't know either.
Someone give me a character to do to replace Natsuki for this next day. A new character voice for each day.
If we can think of them, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Someone want to come up with a voice for Natsuki?
I'm gonna stick with Sayori's though, because I kind of like doing that one, but I'm down.
Ooh!
I'm skipping you.
Skipping you. Steve doesn't voice voice.
He has words like oof.
That's his only word. Is anyone here right now?
Probably.
Give him a voice. Palpatine? Oh, I could try, but I'm gonna be drinking a lot.
Yeah, of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all.
I don't think she has a...
I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined.
That's true.
Excuse me.
Suddenly the door swings open. I think Nathan's alright still.
Or do you think Nathan is still a good voice for Monica?
I feel like, yeah, like, again, like I'm sticking with Sayori. So I feel like maybe just, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I feel like we should just, the way we should do it is just if you get a bit too done with the voice, you can change that one. And then, of course, if you get sick of another voice or that one, you can change it again.
So, super sorry.
Ah, there you are.
I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything.
Why don't you change the club over her boyfriend after all? You're so strong-willed.
Mimsy? What on earth are you talking about?
Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What? What held you up anyway?
Well, my last period today was stunning. Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of lost track of the time.
Okay, Squidward.
What was that again?
Palpatine.
That makes no sense, no. You would have heard the bell ring at least.
I must not have heard it since it was practicing piano. Practicing the clarinet.
Piano. It wasn't the way you played music as well. I want to get you fucking covered.
No, I don't really. I was actually playing the clarinet. SpongeBob,
Okay.
I kind of just started recently.
School on big culture. Keep going, I think I've got something to say, Ari.
Well, because it was, I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano.
That's so cool.
SpongeBob,
That's so cool.
Sayori, what the fuck?
You should play something for us, Monica.
That's...
Monica looks at me.
What? I'm a faint.
Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will.
Yay!
That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it.
And so, in that case, I won't let you down, SpongeBob.
Monica smiles sweetly.
Mr. Crab.
I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that.
Don't worry, Mr. Crab. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I really want a chance to say what's the
I see.
Holding my nose
In
is
that
fucking-
case, best of luck.
Fucking thanks. I can't hold my nose, man.
That's okay, you shouldn't.
I have a fat nose, you should know that.
So I didn't miss anything, did I?
You're gonna go with that, are you?
No.
No, not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri's back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet.
She's in the closet.
Hey, Yuri.
Yeah.
I suddenly noticed that Yuri's reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I was just kind of waiting for you.
Alright, if that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started?
Yes, that's... Actually, I had a request. Do you mind if I make a volcano bomb first?
You mind if I make a tripper sniffer first? Mind if I cook you up?
Not at all.
Mind if I cook you a tripper sniffer first?
Not at all.
Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of volcano bomb. Not to mention for yourself as well.
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside.
Can you hold this for a second?
Yes, we do. Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle.
I'm going to plug this in the teacher's desk. Then we'll go get some water.
She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her way of mannerisms, especially because her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks. I'll be right back.
I might as well walk with you.
Yeah, why not? Shall we go then?
Yeah.
Should Monica be what we chance? Tara, close your eyes and let me slip into you.
You do what you feel.
I just don't know. Like,
Squilly and big cocktail.
right, with a Squidward one, holding my nose is fucking annoying as fuck. With Palpatine, it's got that throat curl. Oh, Curtis, good timing. How should I voice Monica?
Based. Shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie, you fucking lucky cunt. It's fucking good. It's fucking yummy. It's fucking yummy. Imagine if I got fucking the Google voice thing and just typed everything Monica said. Had KFC for dinner as well.
Based.
How should I voice Monica? Is there a funny character that you think I know? And can try to fairly do?
Were you two left here? You gotta give me rest. Yeah. You want some of that thick naughty cat?
And yeah, just do whatever.
Wait, gay? Okay, well, I can try to be a gay. Like, where are you two off to? Yes.
Yuri was going to make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounded to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher.
Ah, okay. Sorry, just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it?
Look at the comments. That's
Shaggy.
Monica, please mind your own business for once. Do you want me to tell you there's something wrong with him helping Angel? Or do you want me to tell him, or do you want to tell me there's just something wrong with helping involve Angel creating activities?
Monica, what? Joints!
my mouth gapes.
My mouth gapes, Monica. Shows her. What is that, a gape I heard? Oi. Like, I suppose there's nothing wrong with that.
Then let's go, Angel couldn't.
Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall.
I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that?
Yuri?
Or just something about the way she said that made me feel so irritated. Made me feel so resuscitated.
What the fuck is with you?
What the fuck's wrong with me? No, Yuri, I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that.
Angel-kun, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me?
Because nothing that you do is bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can always hide them anyway. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns into a light rain shower
Milk?
in a hurricane.
Who the fuck puts milk first? You fucking traitor.
Sounds like something Monica would do, not gonna lie.
I hacked the game too much.
No, wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that?
Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that?
Friend, you say? Yeah, Les was my friend once.
He's fucking dead, man.
Yuri lifts her head.
Angel-kun, you really like being friends with you?
Haha. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I kind of feel awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Am I still being a sex doll? I don't know how I'm being a sex doll, but sure thing. Anyway,
Yeah. Shall we go?
yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom.
Probably. Angel-kun, do you like your long tea? Would you like some popcorn?
I wouldn't afford one of those even if I tried.
Angel-kun, do you like your long tea?
Yeah, anything is fine.
Want some pop very well?
Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees.
Now it's time to get the teapot. Time to get some pop. No, it's time to get the bong. Time to get the coin.
You really do this properly, don't you?
Of course. Shouldn't do anything less while making making a bong wagon for others.
Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything.
In that case, you may only even be more impressed.
Perhaps I will. Look, I'm not gonna buy, even if I did want to buy one, I'm not gonna buy one anytime soon. They're fucking expensive. I've got shit to pay for, shit to buy. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now.
Is it so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. Turns out it might be hard for me to do when it's you who's around anyway.
That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much.
You're always worried about me, Angel-kun. It's very endearing.
Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us.
Angel-kun, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today?
Why's that?
A little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at the desk.
Sorry, I didn't realize.
No worries. I'll just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it.
Is that so? Wonder why that is.
It's most likely because mine just
Your posture, right? You're always hunched over like that while reading.
Yes, I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor.
I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of chocolate candies that I kept hidden under the series candy radar.
Angel's the best thing.
Yeah, but if you're gonna buy a sex doll, get one that's the whole thing, not like just a part. That's just...
Wait, what? $60 for a sex doll?
Yeah, but I feel
What?
like...
Are you talking about blow up or high quality?
Like, yeah, I feel like you gotta get high quality, life-sized, and everything. You don't want to get something that's, like, cheap. Anyway, it's a bag of small chocolate that...
That's shit.
Yeah, no,
that's not $50.
blow-up ones are not worth it.
I can get a fucking pool floaty made out of the same shit for $10 at fucking Kmart.
I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. What?
What? All the redstone.
I didn't even know we had redstone. I know. Our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. I don't know.
Try one of my chests at my house.
I really don't know, man. I honestly didn't know.
You might have to go searching. Like, there's a lot of chests.
Yeah, see, I would go for a realistic one, but I'm not paying $700 anytime soon. That's like, that'll be my
When
back.
we're actually working, yeah.
If I'm living in a house by myself, then yeah, I might look to that, but not anytime soon.
I'm gonna put, if I ever had a house that had a hallway closet, that's where it's going. So then whoever opens it is gonna get fucking shit scared.
Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup, holding it with my hand that's not holding the book. I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper.
The what?
I think all the hoppers in Minecraft despawned. I haven't been on the Minecraft server since that video I did, so I really don't.
I had it despawned or someone took them all. How do hoppers despawn?
I doubt the hoppers despawned. Someone would have done something. I mean, I only know of Callum mainly going on the realm that much because Dre doesn't go on it that often. I don't know. Maddie and me kind of haven't been on for a while. Curtis only really goes on if we're all playing.
I'll pop on there right now while we're going through Yuri's story.
Yeah, okay. Okay, he's checking now, so he...
They shouldn't fucking despawn, they're fucking blocks.
Yeah, blocks don't despawn, that's not...
Yeah, fucking... did Dre do something?
Fucking... You're gonna have to ask him. He did say check our houses. You should check all of our fucking houses. Alright, I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, it might get scratches on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologise. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. I'm going. Oh.
Hey, it's one I got your on.
Hell yes.
I need to colour them.
Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. Matthew's checking now, so...
Who the fuck's at my house? Oh, there you are. The home of the King of Ted Neutron.
Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the piece of chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Angel couldn't... Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. That's... Well... You were just helping. It's something that friends do. Right? Yeah, I mean... Not really in this kind of context, but yeah. That's all it was.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Then... You don't have to stop or anything. I see.
Our fast way back to the village pool is by that nether portal because it's glitched connected to the
The
village
situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers. This time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Oh. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Oh, fuck.
Okay, everyone. Oh, wait, what am I doing?
I can't remember.
Okay.
Oh! Yuri jolts back.
Like, it's time to share a boobs. Angel Good, could you help Yuri put her teaspoon?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, thanks.
The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much. But
My thing here for the farm is gone.
I don't know.
So how's that possible? I don't think they can despawn. That's really
They
possible.
should. They're when you place a block,
They're placed objects.
unless someone.
Especially hoppers too, because like my ones are still fucking at the thing.
In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the same
It is
courage to
opposite.
bring up.
Holy shit, that's a lot of fucking villagers.
I think I'm just gonna have to stop here because
Yeah. Well, yeah, all the chests are empty. So someone was on here taking all the shit.
Alright, well, there we go. Well, it was fun.
Oh, we can do more.
Yeah, I'll do more tomorrow.
Yeah, later.
Yeah, alright.
It's alright, still, we got 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours, I'm glad. I just kind of wish things in Minecraft didn't get fucky. But hopefully we can resolve that.
God, it's so laggy because of all Paul's fucking cats.
Alright, well, thank you those who watched and commented, and